Now to Oregon's state legislature, where a lone race down in Marion County could have a major impact on the upcoming legislative session and potentially the new taxes that you could be paying. That's because the name of the game now is supermajority. If Democrats have it in Salem, they can pretty much do whatever they want, pass whatever taxes they want, and they are dang close to making that happen. Let's explain. Here's a look at control of both chambers based on the Oregonians' race calls. We'll start at the bottom with the Senate, where Democrats hold an 18-12 advantage. That is a supermajority, with 3/5 of the seats controlled by Democrats. In the House, it appeared they were close, but not quite there. It looked like the 35-25 Democratic majority from last session would hold for this session, leaving Democrats one seat short of a supermajority in the House. That is how the Oregonians saw it as well. But then headlines like this started popping up late last week. OPB was the first to take notice. Willamette Week followed later. It's starting to look like Democrats may get that one seat they need after all. A slow trickle of votes continued to come in, and the Democrat, Leslie Munoz, took the lead by a single vote over incumbent Republican Tracy Kramer. The latest results on the Secretary of State's page show Munoz extending her lead now to just over 100 votes, but this is far from over. As of Friday, there were still hundreds of votes left to be counted in the race, so we'll likely be waiting a while longer before we know the outcome. It could take actually until the vote is certified, which is early December. But according to state law, an automatic recount is triggered if the candidates are within 1/5 of 1% of the total votes cast in the race. So far, there have been 20,000 votes in the race, so that automatic recount threshold sits at just 41 votes. That will rise slightly as the total number of votes grows, but it's coming down to the wire. If the Democrat ends up winning, why does the supermajority matter this time around? Oh, it matters big time, my friends. Oregon law requires that supermajority vote to pass new taxes or increase existing ones. So, if Democrats have those votes in both chambers, well, then they can pass any tax they want without a single Republican voting yes. As long as, the Democrats don't fight amongst themselves, which is always possible. So, will that happen? Will they be able to pass any tax they want without a Republican voting yes? Who knows? But they could, and there's a Democrat in the governor's mansion who could sign those bills into law. Speaking of taxes, there are some big-time possibilities coming up this session, namely the massive transportation funding package that's been in the work for months. In theory, it could be fast-tracked on the Democrats' supermajority highway. So again, the difference between a supermajority and no supermajority in the Oregon Legislature right now is made up of 100 votes in the Woodburn area. So, if anyone there ever tells you that they don't vote because they don't think their vote matters, show them this segment, tell them, hey, shut up and go vote. It's a great example of how every vote matters and can have implications well beyond your own neighborhood.